My name is Jessica Vicente, and I am originally from Twin Lakes, New Mexico. I first came here 4 years ago, as a VISTA member, and I got employed here as a college counselor, and right now I teach senior seminar, and I get our seniors on track to college.
My name is Bronson Elliott. I'm the Director of College Engagement. I've been at NACA for 4.5 years now. This is my 5th year, and I'm originally from Virginia. I worked at a different charter school before I came to NACA.
My name is Kane Whitedale. I'm actually an alumni of NACA. I was part of the very first graduating class here. Went off to Cornell College, studied international relations and Russian, and I came back here every single summer to work at NACA. But now I'm back here after I've graduated as a VISTA member, working with Jessica and Bronson. I helped kind of create the website and teach a couple classes here and there, but yeah, so looking to kind of get more involved with education after this experience.
Senior seminar, so every senior needs to apply to 10 scholarships in 10 colleges. The scholarship is new this year. I want to challenge our seniors to see if they can get to the 10. Also, it's because it's a part of the Catching the Dream scholarship, and it's really intense. Every senior has applied to 10 schools last fall. Right now, I think all but one has been accepted to a school, which is really awesome. We get to see their reactions when they get in. They come in excited about being accepted to a college. Now we're at that point where, what about how you're going to pay for it? So that's at the point where we are right now.
So as a college engagement team, what we're trying to do is give our students as many resources as they can have to self-determine their future. And we feel like college is a really good way to give students resources to be able to determine where they want to go and what they want to do, and to help themselves, help their communities, and be healthy and happy. So Jessica talked about senior seminar, and we also have the class before that is the junior seminar. And so we have senior seminars a year long. We have a half a year, 1 semester with the juniors where they do college research. We do a trip to Colorado where we visit 4 different colleges. They prepare for the ACT and take the ACT, register for it. We have a lot of college reps come in and talk about their colleges to our juniors. And we also really promote the summer opportunities a lot, because we found that students who do summer programs tend to be more engaged in school the following year. They tend to go to college in higher numbers, tend to stay in college. So we feel like summer programs are a really good step towards the college experience. So although we're at a campus with just juniors and seniors, we hope to, in a few years, be at a campus that's 9 through 12. We really work more intensely with the juniors and seniors since we're on the campus with them. And then for 9th and 10th graders, we help them apply for summer opportunities and after-school opportunities during the year. And we visit them regularly to talk about college engagement and what the junior and senior year is going to be like.
College itself is not indigenous. It is Western concept, but I think as time has really progressed and how we've really kind of become more socially aware and aware of indigenous rights and things like that, we've kind of really adapted it to become something that indigenous people can really use and to utilize to the benefit of their own community and the benefit of themselves. And I think it's a really big gap that we have to make make sure that our students are successful, because they come from really close-knit communities, and being sent off somewhere is kind of a little bit scary. So making sure that we have them really prepared. But I think what we're doing now is really kind of something new and different, and hopefully could be a model for other schools who have maybe indigenous students or come from communities that are largely native. So hopefully what we do here can really kind of be emulated.
I think with senior seminar, we want to push them out to out-of-state colleges for sure, but I also want them to get them to a college that fits them. There is families who are concerned that if they go out of state, they're going to get homesick and if they get homesick, they're going to come straight back. And that means they're going to drop out of college, and they won't go back for years and years. So we try to find the best fit for them. Most of them do go to UNM for sure, but there's some of them who want to step out of that box. So with those students, with Junior Seminar, when we teach that, we teach them about, okay, where's the Native American Center where you can get, where's the tutoring resources, where's the financial aid offices if you need to go there. When it comes to Senior Seminar, they do more intense research on them. They start making phone calls to these advisors. They start to make emails. When they make their presentations, they make sure to go very into detail with financial aid. How much are they going to get for an award letter? How much is orientation? So they have to compare these prices as well, because we can't have families out of the loop. So I always want them to be in the loop as well to see how much they're going to pay for college out of pocket.
I think the college trips we take are really important. College is just a concept and it's very abstract until you can go, well, probably until you're there and going to college, but if you can at least visit a college, I feel like students can get a sense of, okay, I feel comfortable here. I could imagine myself here. So although we have limitations, we go to colleges mostly in Colorado, Arizona, and here in New Mexico. I feel like it's a really good experience for students to just be able to look at, okay, actually I feel really comfortable in at this small college campus where people know each other and where I can find things pretty easily, and where maybe it's a little bit more like NACA, like a community, or no, I want to be on this huge university campus with all these people and all these things going on. And I do think it's important to make the connections like Jessica talked about, especially if there's a Native American center at the school. It's a big transition for a lot of students, except the ones that go to tribal colleges, to go from NACA, which is like, what, 95% Native, to a school that has a very low percentage of Native students. So I know that's hard. We try to really stay in touch with our students after they leave, and we encourage them to come back and visit, to email us if they have issues, whether they're here at UNM or out of state.
Need help with financial aid, with FAFSA, they'll always come back.
Yeah, we help a lot of graduates with the FAFSA, but we try to make it really clear that we are available to help with whatever situation they find themselves in. You know, we might not be able to fix it, but hopefully we could point them towards resources to help them out. We're so lucky to be 3 of us working with, we have about 30 seniors this year, about 35 juniors. So that's a lot of adults with not that many students. So I'm really glad that NACA values what we do and is able to put resources into having us here and the things that we do, so that we can really get to know students and work with them one-on-one and get to know their families. And I think it makes a big difference.
So when I first started applying to the position, I was able to meet with Bronson, and one of her hopes for this year was to kind of have a central resource for scholarships and programs and like schools, all these things. And so it was a pretty big thing that we wanted to tackle. And so when I first got here, I was really that was one of my main focuses. So doing a lot of research for me, I was looking for things that seemed to embody what a college website would look like. So something that they would be familiar with when they leave school from here, and also trying to get that component of having programs and scholarships that apply and are relevant towards our students, and really kind of making sure that many of the resources that I wish I had are there for the students here. And so the process really kind of started to develop and move forward, and once I had all my research and all these different programs, I started to kind of really build the website. And I really took a lot of the pictures that were here because I wanted to also really showcase what the school was. So if there was someone who wasn't from NACA that was actually visiting the site, they would know what our students are doing, how engaged we are here. So I was also really trying to get that aspect down. But really just try to find schools, programs, all of that to kind of really help benefit our students. I know one of the things that I included was the NACA Alumni Colleges tab, which shows how many schools that NACA alumni have gone to and are attending or have attended. So we have a map where we have different states that are highlighted, and students can go in and see where we've gone. And kind of my purpose for that was to kind of show students who are seniors and juniors and even sophomores and freshmen, to show them that it is possible, that there's people who have already walked this path and you can follow along just as well. And the hope is either they attend somewhere that they're comfortable with, or take that leap of faith to kind of add another color to that map. I really looked to design a website that was engaging and really kind of a resource. And I think the most part it's done that, and there's based on the data that we received and surveyed, we were able to get a lot of good stuff and a lot of good feedback, and now we're looking at taking that feedback and going further with it.
Each year, I feel like our team gets stronger, and it's really cool. I'm just going to add to have Kane here as a graduate of NACA and to have his perspective. And it kind of also feels like we're coming full circle, or there's a cycle. Also, in addition to the 10 scholarships that students are applying to, Kane is helping to teach the financial literacy piece of the senior seminar. So I think offering students a broader look at what your finances could look like, how to afford college, and we really encourage students to look at, so not just how much money they get from schools, but what that's going to look like in terms of debt over 4 years. Are you able to do it with no debt? And not that should be the only factor in your college decision, but it's a really important one. And we're lucky here in New Mexico to have the lottery scholarship. So I know a lot of students choose to stay in state partially because of that. And that's one reason that we really encourage students to go straight into college right after high school, because that's the way you secure your lottery scholarship. Another way that we've been able to work with students to broaden their possibilities and opportunities is by partnering with some scholarship or some organizations that offer scholarships and other support to students. So we've been working with the Simon Scholars for about 4 years now, and that's a wonderful program that is in New Mexico and Albuquerque and actually in other states as well. They do a college prep program they start out with sophomores, so 10th graders apply to be in the program, and they do tutoring, ACT prep, they work on college essays, and they are a small community that knows each other really well and supports each other. And they kind of do what we do in our program, but
they have Saturday tutoring that could work with essay writing, or if they need help with classes here, that's where they can go. They do a lot of one-on-ones. Sometimes we can't do one-on-ones here, especially in the classroom. If I have 16, 17 kids yelling my name for help, they get that one-on-one time with them for financial aid questions if I can't help them. So I'm really glad they're there for them as well.
And even though they only choose a few students each year, I feel like as we've been partnering with them for a number of years, students hear about the program and want to be involved, and that kind of increases their motivation. And a new partnership we have this year is the Davis Foundation. And the Davis Foundation chooses a few scholars from NACA and to receive a full scholarship to 5 different colleges and receive a full scholarship. And this includes travel, books, tuition, room and board, everything.
They even get to go fly them out there to see the colleges. If they are accepted to all 6, they get to fly to all 6 of them to visit the colleges as well.
So it's it's a wonderful opportunity. And I feel like we have students who've received maybe, a $40,000 a year scholarship to a private college in a different state. And that's huge. And $40,000 sounds like a lot of money, and it is. But when you still have $20,000, $30,000 more you have to pay, that adds up. This really gives our students the opportunity to try a small private college in a different state. And my hope is that we will have NACA communities in a few of these schools, and that as each year goes by, we can say, well, you should check out this Davis school because we have some NACA grads there.
I think that my biggest hope for our NACA kids is for them to come back to their communities and encouraging them to come back as a Vista, to be a teacher here, to go back to their indigenous communities, either that's being Navajo or any of the Pueblos around New Mexico, to go and help them and build in their communities.
I think high school is really has a big impact on them and the decisions that they make in the future. Them being able to kind of really learn about themselves and really have them leave NACA knowing what they want to do is really huge, because when I left NACA, I knew what I wanted to do. But then now I came back and now it's changing again. I think NACA has this really good way of having this effect on you to kind of really make you think. And so I think that really helps students into deciding their future and their career path. But I ultimately want them to kind of really attain that level of self-improvement to whatever that is for them, their own definition of that, just to kind of get the best thing that they can for themselves, and that'll more than likely ripple throughout the community. So
yeah, I agree. I think that I would like our students to continue growing and learning and being healthy and secure in their identities, and be able to give back to their communities, because that's what I hear more than anything else from students that they want to be able to do. So yeah, I hope that we give them access to more resources to do what they feel is important.